Monday, happy days. Tuesday, Wednesday, happy days. Thursday, Friday, happy days. The weekend comes, my cycle hums, ready to race to you. Sunday, Monday, happy days. Tuesday, Wednesday, happy days. Thursday, Friday, happy days. Saturday, what a day. Grooving all week with you. These days are all short and sweet. These days are all happy and free. These happy days are yours and mine. These happy days are yours and mine. Happy days.
Hello, you, it's the weekend! Come on! Just a wee while ago I was slagging off weekends, saying get rid of them. Man, I love them now. Now it's Friday at 4 o'clock. I love the weekends. Might be going to a fireworks display. Are you going to that fireworks display, Agent Chris? I have to wait to see if Fifi's working or not. If she's working, I shall stay at home and watch telly. Watch the lottery or something. I don't know. But if she's not, then I shall go out and I shall be watching the fireworks arranged by another radio station. But, you know, it's good. Oh, man. Oh, sorry, that's everything. Helen behind the glass, Agent Chris. Agent Chris, I know you're on the phone to Chabby Vicky. Let's raise our hands. London, we salute the Priv. We salute the Priv, who bizarrely was slapping his ass in front of me at the point of handover earlier. I don't quite know what that was about. Very, very bizarre. We've got a stack load of stuff we've got to do today. At 6:30, we're playing Triple M. If you don't know what it is, well, you have to listen and find out, to be honest. Have you ever worked with your parents? This is the thing I want to ask you to start with. We were watching the excellent... Now, Helen's slapping her ass. What's going on? This is craziness. Oh, you're doing the Priva dance. It's the Priva dance, where you turn and bend over in front of someone and just give that a good slap. The Priva dance. We'll be doing that at Christmas. We were watching... Agent Chris and I were watching the excellent Dr. Dick Van Dyke Detective, otherwise known as Diagnosis Murder. One of the greatest television programmes ever to come out of the United States of America, the home of, the Knight Rider and Street Hawk. And it's brilliant. It's a brilliant programme. But what makes it all the more brilliant is Dick Van Dyke's character in it. I can't remember his name. He plays a doctor. His son in it is his real son in real life. It's too complicated. They're playing father and son, but really they're father and son. Dr. Sloan, of course, is his name. I've just remembered. But Barry Van Dyke is playing Dick Van Dyke's son, but he's really... Is that the best gig in the world, or would that be an absolute nightmare? I've never really worked with my parents. I've kind of had the odd summer job where, when my mum was working, I would work in an office next door and would have to shred paper. Shredding paper, that's a dull job. You want to shred paper for 8 hours a day. You're only supposed to do one sheet at a time, but when you're 16, 17, you put 8 sheets in at a time, of course, to make it go quicker. It knackers up the shredding machine. Have you worked with your parents? For a career, for a summer job. Was it... Can you mess around with your parents? Because there's always that weird thing when like, your dad says, all right, stop that now, son. We're working. All right. And you feel you should get special rights. But I'd imagine, if you work with your parents, they would be harsher on you than they would be with other members of staff. Do they pay you well, or do they give you what we like to call mates rates, whereby they, they give you a little bit less because you're living with them? How does that work? 0870 9090 973. Can you pull a fake sickie if you're working with your mum or your dad? That can't work, can it? And, you see these butchers. Stevens and Sons. Agent Chris and Sons. Did this son thing carry on? Do you really carry on? And why do you never see Matthews and Daughters? Why do the daughters never get a look in? 0870 9090 973. I reckon it's going to be the worst thing in the world you can do. Let's ask an absolute expert on this. Someone who, it seems, is an expert on everything that we ever discuss on the radio.
My name is Vicky from Croydon.
And what are you?
I'm a hardcore fan.
You are, and you're a year older, Vicky.
I am.
Happy birthday for yesterday, or the day before. The day before yesterday.
You're going to keep on saying this until my next birthday?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Alrighty.
Bum, bum, bum. Happy days. Oh, man.
You play that on Fridays, don't you?
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
Because it's the weekend.
Yeah.
And my cycle hums.
Ready to race to you.
Yeah. Oh, man. Is there anyone cooler than the Fonz?
No.
Who would be the English Fonz? If we had to have an English Fonz, I'm trying to think.
Who could be?
Who could be? David Prever could be the English... No, he can't get jukeboxes to work just by hitting them.
Jessica, shush.
What?
Sorry, Jessica saying, Mary. And there's their stepmother's come to pick them up, and she's like, going, Mary.
You've been drinking, haven't you, Vicky? Because I haven't got a clue. For the first time ever, I haven't got a clue what you're talking about.
Sorry.
I'm asking you who the English Fonz is, and you're...
you were here.
Well, tell them to shut up.
Shut up.
Yeah, that's good. Good parenting there. Good parenting.
Yeah, I know, but please parent me.
Yeah. So, Vicky, we're asking, have you ever worked with your parents?
Yes, I have.
Of course you have. Who? Which one?
If you recall, I actually phoned when you had your late night programme and said about this. My dad had a restaurant, right?
Yeah.
And he used to make me dress up as it was Andy Pandy once and the Pink Panther and go out giving leaflets.
You told me this very, very early on in our relationship.
I know.
So you had to go out as... What does Andy Pandy look like?
Stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Pink Panther.
Pink Panther's cool.
I was like 14.
This is one of the first phone calls you ever made to me.
I know. God, you remember it?
I do remember it, yes, because I gave a little bit of my heart to you that night, I seem to remember.
Well, yes, you should.
I need it back, because I'm having terrible respiratory trouble. So, did your dad make you work harder because you were his child?
Yeah, he used to make me go out doing leaflet runs and gave me £2 for a 3-hour leaflet run.
Yeah.
And I was working in his restaurant, right?
Yeah.
And he would basically make me work, and I never got paid. And yet he was asking me for rent when I got a job.
Oh, of course. Your dad sounds like from the Victorian days.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
He's no longer here.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Right.
But you know, he.
So would you give a thumbs up or a thumbs down to working with the parent?
Oh, definitely a thumbs down. He was evil.
And Vicky, listen, you've got 15 seconds. What are you doing this weekend?
I'm going out for a meal in a little while. I'm going meeting friends from work, and then besides that, I'm looking after children all weekend.
Nice one. Have a great weekend, Vicky. We're asking, have you ever worked with your parents? It's got to... on the surface, watching Dick Van Dyke and Barry Van Dyke, it looks like a dream come true. But I reckon behind the scenes, there's some proper arguing between between those two, and indeed Scott Baio, who's also in the series for some bizarre reason. 0870 9090 973. It's nearly 4:14.
Iain Lee.
The 3-hour 4 till 7 Iain Lee Afternoon Wireless Show.
Hello, you. Now, we've got a few questions we need to answer here. Firstly, ever worked with your parents? How bad is it? How rubbish is it? How good is it? Secondly, we're trying to find the English Fonz. If we had to find an English Fonz, someone who's so cool, who would it be? Someone has texted in David Dickinson will make a good English Fonz. No. I think Stan Laurel would be a good English Fonzie. I think. So we're trying to find candidates for the English Fonzie. And also, completely off on a tangent, because we were talking about Dr. Dick Van Dyke, Detective Diagnosis Murder. Helen, behind the glass, and I have been arguing about Quincy versus Columbo. She's on Columbo's side. I'm firmly on the side of Quincy. Who the hell played Quincy? I want to say Carl Howman, but wasn't he he was the fellow in Brushstrokes, wasn't he? He was Jacko in Brushstrokes. So who played Quincy? Is he with us? Or is he... deceased? 0870 9090 973. Maybe Philip, our TV historian, can give us a call now. Who played Quincy, and is he dead? Paula's in the Braintree. Hello, Paula.
Hello, Iain.
Hello, Paula. Do you know who played Quincy?
No, I don't. No, sorry. I wasn't really a big fan of that.
Oh, did you not? It was a cracking show. The best bit of Quincy were the opening titles, the two bits in the opening titles. The bit where the fella faints, and the second bit where... oh, Quincy's examining a dead body. Hang on, the camera pulls back. It's not a dead body. It's a fit 18-year-old on his boat that he's feeling. Good show.
So I was quite young when that was out, so I wouldn't really remember.
Yeah, they repeated it. I'm quite young as well. Paula, why have you called in? What can I do for you?
Basically, to tell you that I work for both my mum and my dad, and also my husband.
Well, what?
Yeah, I work with all three of them.
What do you do, Paula?
My dad, he has a printing company in London, and I do sort of a graphic design stroke account there. So, my mum also is a director of the company, and my husband started working for them about 5-6 years ago.
Is it, Paula, do you get special rights because you're working for your dad, or is he harsher on you?
No, I think it's not too bad, really, because, I mean, I get 3 weeks a year holiday.
Cushy, nice.
But I got married, 6 years ago now, and we had a 3-week honeymoon, and plus I was allowed time off for organising the wedding, etc.
So you get special rights. And do other people in the company who aren't related to your dad, do they kind of go, there's Paula. There's Paula, got special rights because she's the boss's daughter.
I think there might be a few that might think that, but no, I mean,
losers.
You know, I mean, he's pretty good with everyone, really. So, he treats us all more or less the same.
Paulie, your dad sounds like a top fellow. I'd like a piece of that action. 08709090973. Who played Quincy? Is he dead? That's the topic. And also working with your parents. It looks like a lot of fun, but surely it's a living hell. Tanya is in the commercial street. Hello, Tanya.
Hello there.
Hello there, how are you?
I'm here in the car with my sister and my mother.
Nice one.
My sister works with my mum.
Oh.
And Dad.
Oh, doing what?
In the central heating game.
In a spiritual healing?
No, the central heating.
The central heating game. I've yet to play that. It's going to be big this Christmas. And so what doing what?
She's an all-round administrator, dog's body, plumber, gopher, delivery person.
I like the sound of her.
Personal assistant.
Does she get special privileges? Because
you get special privileges.
Why am I talking? Hang on, Tanya.
None whatsoever.
Tanya.
Yeah.
Why am I talking to you? Why am I not talking?
You're driving. You cannot talk when you're driving.
That is correct. Well done. Thank you.
From afar.
But sounds like she can talk for England. The mouthy.
Yeah. Oh yes. Very entertaining.
Very. So she gets treated worse, does she?
Do you get treated worse?
Yes, they take advantage of me.
They take advantage.
Tanya, how come you've not got involved in this family business? Bit too thick?
What I did, I was helping my mum out at the company.
Hated it.
And then I begged my sister to come and do it, and she's been there for 2 years.
And then you bailed out. What?
Yeah.
Got a proper job?
I bailed out. Got a proper job. I've never had a proper job.
What do you do for a living, Tanya? You just you let your mum and dad look after you, do you?
Yeah.
Good girl.
I bring up children, housewives.
Yeah, but what do you do for a job? I'm teasing. I'm pretending I'm one of those right-wing idiots. Tanya,
What do I do for a job?
I'm joking. You do one of the most important jobs in the world.
Exactly.
Tanya, listen, have a wicked weekend. Thank you for that. I'm teasing. I'm not one of them, for goodness sakes. Sally's in the Clacton. Hello, Sally.
Hi, Ian. It was Jack Klugman who played Quincy.
Jack Klugman?
Yeah.
How are we spelling Klugman?
Klugman.
Jack Klugman. And is Quincy dead or alive?
No idea.
Oh, no. Hey.
All I know is he cured every case in America.
He cured every case?
He
worked with dead bodies, Sally.
No, I don't mean cured. He did every autopsy that was going.
Didn't he just?
America.
The thing is, though, he was, I nearly said, he wasn't one of them. I nearly said the completely wrong word there. That means he's a naughty man with children. He was a pathologist. That's the word.
That's right, yeah. And he did all the autopsies and
what was he doing? Solving crimes?
Well, they all do that, don't they? I mean, Dick Van Dyke is a doctor and he solves all the crimes.
Yeah, that is weird. That Diagnosis Murder is a cracking show, isn't it?
Well, I don't know. And same with Angela Lansbury, where she lives.
But how can you compare Quincy, Diagnosis Murder, with Murder, She Wrote? That's rubbish.
No, but I mean, she cures. That's everywhere in all these small towns, all the murders that come.
She does what to all the murders?
No, I don't watch them.
Okay, Sally, thank you very much. We had half a conversation there. I like the way she said she cures all the murders. Oh, yeah, she cures all the murders. And the Murder, She Wrote is bringing us back on track, because, of course, Mr. Cunningham from Happy Days was in it. We're trying to find the English Fonzie as well. If there had to be an English Fonzie, like the really coolest character we've got, who, clicks his fingers and says chicks and they appear, can fix a jukebox by smacking it. Who would the English Fonzie be? So far we've got David Dickinson and Stan Laurel. I think we can do better than that. 08709090973. Is Jack Klugman dead, or is he indeed alive? And if he's alive, why the hell isn't he making more Quincy's as we speak? For goodness sakes, I love a bit of Quincy. But the main thing we're talking about is, do you work with your parents? Is it the cushiest gig in the world, or do you absolutely hate it? And has anybody... is anybody the and Son? You see these companies, Matthew and Son. That's a Cat Stevens song. But we'll use it to illustrate the point. Is anybody the and Son? And do you feel pressure to take on that responsibility? And are there any and daughters out there? You can give us a call, or you can text in as well if you want, 0771 776 0973. And if you want to email, it's Iain, IAIN, at lbc.co.uk. I've got a little file in front of me full of sound clips, and it's got stuff like, it's got this... I have your phone clip. I've just seen this in it. What's
I'm thinking of challenging Iain Lee to a straight running race. I reckon I could take him in a running race.
Well, there's two flaws to that. Firstly...
I'm thinking of challenging Iain Lee to a straight running race.
He's saying a straight running race. Well, that's going to be difficult, James, for you. But also, does James O'Brien not realise I used to run for my county? Is this genuine, Agent Chris? Is he actually challenge me to a race?
Yes.
I used to run for the county. The man's a fool. O'Brien, bring it on, Moonface. If you want to race... We'll talk about challenges a bit later on in the show, actually. That's brought something to mind. If you want to race, O'Brien, then you's going to get one. I noticed we were tentatively discussing having a boxing match. He's wimped out on that, hasn't he? 0870 9090973. Ken has suggested Joe Strummer from The Clash as the English Fonzie. We want someone who's a little bit cooler. We're looking for the English Fonz. Is Quincy dead? That sounds like a brilliant name for a show, doesn't it? Is Quincy dead? And do you work with your parents? 0870 9090973. More of your calls, your texts, and your emails after a little bit of this.
The 3 hour 4 till 7 Iain Lee Afternoon Wireless Show.
Hey, listen, we're getting stack loads of emails from Colin, from Will, who's saying that the topic's a bit boring today. Well, we're doing loads of topics, so up yours. Quincy is alive and well. Jack Klugman is alive and well. This is my promise to you, London. I shouldn't make this promise because I got in very big trouble with the Mr. T thing. We will get Quincy on this show. One day. One day, Quincy will be on this show, be it by the phone. Agent Chris, can we hunt down Quincy and get him on one day? Sure. Nice one. That's what we like. Positive. Quincy is alive and well, ladies and gentlemen. Do not shed any more tears. Jack Klugman is still with us. We'll have more of your calls, texts and emails, and we will find the English Fonz after the news. We're asking loads of. It's kind of been a little bit of a random show so far, and, you know, sometimes it's a little bit more focused, sometimes it's the scattergun approach, and we see what comes back. Ian, the UK Fonz, as to be Pierce Brosnan, says Tony in M25. Tommy Boyd, we've got Shakin' Stevens, Adam Woodyat. That's Ian Beale, is it? Is the English Fonz? Someone suggested Shane Ritchie. It's the best we've had so far. It comes to something, isn't it, when Shane Ritchie is the best suggestion you've had so far. It proves you're having a bad day on the text. If you want to text in, 0771 776 0973. Les Battersby. How about the bloke who plays Lovejoy? No. We're talking about someone who's cool. You know, that's not the thing. Margie? Is it Margie or Margie? It's you. Hello? Oh dear. Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, hello?
Hiya.
Who's this?
Margie.
Margie in the Where were you just then?
I tried to stop the car because I knew I'd probably get through to you.
Yeah.
But it was under a tree, so I'm just driving on, which is really, really naughty, so I'm just going to stop now.
You're on hands-free, though, aren't you?
No.
Oh, you silly mare. I'm trying to get you out, but we'll come back to you in a minute then, Margie. Well, I was trying to encourage her to break the law, and I will hold my hands up to that and apologise and say that was wrong. That is definitely wrong. If you want to email, it's Ian, I-A-I-N. Is there a problem with the email, Machine Agent Chris? Why have you got them through there when I'm doing the show here and I need it? I know it's the weekend, but let's, come on. Margie, are you back?
Yes, I'm here.
Have you parked up now?
I'm parked.
And you're not under a tree?
No, I'm fine.
What was your...
the bus stop.
You parked in the bus stop, have you?
No, I'm opposite. I'm okay. I'm good.
Okay, you are. What was wrong about parking under a tree? Why couldn't you do that?
There wasn't any reception.
No. Oh, I see. Margie, why have you called in?
I've called in because I'm one of 4 daughters.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And for over 20 years, I worked with my mum. She had a travel agency.
Yeah.
And I started there when I was about 19.
She owned a travel agent?
She did.
Was her name Thomas Cook or something?
No. She was
Is she Lum Polly?
No, she was around in the days of Lum Polly. She was the first woman to have her own business travel agent,
right.
A proper travel agent.
Proper one, not one of these shoddy ones from the old days.
No,
yeah.
Really good. And
good
she
one.
was a really good boss, but we all had to do exactly what we were told.
Yeah.
And there were some bust-ups within the family, especially between my siblings and me.
So did all of your family work in this bizarre, shameful travel agents?
We did. No, it wasn't shameful.
I didn't mean to say shameful. I don't know where that word came from.
No, she was a really strict boss, but we all learnt loads, and I loved every minute of it. And I did have some treats, because obviously trips abroad, blah-de-blah-de-blah.
Was the company called Margie's Mum and Daughters?
It should have been.
But did it have the word and daughters in it at all?
No, it didn't. No, but she only had 4 daughters, and we all worked for her.
Only 4 daughters? Wow.
No sons.
And where was the best cheap holiday you got, Margie?
Australia. I went for nothing.
I didn't get that last word, and it sounded rude, so I'm going to leave it there. Oh, it's a weird one tonight, isn't it? We've got Triple M coming up at 6:30 as well, for God's sakes. 0870 9090 973. It's 4:44.
The 3-hour, 4 till 7, Iain Lee Afternoon Wireless Show.
At last, the emails have been thrust in my hand. Let's go through some of these. Quincy, Jack Klugman was also in the TV version of The Odd Couple. We've got that. He's got a website, tonyandme.com. He's even got a podcast. Quincy does a podcast. A lot of votes for Des Lynam as the English Fonz. That's Dave from Isha. Iain, I saw a coach go past my window with F. Scott and Daughters Coach Hire written across the side. It always struck me as odd too. How often do you see that? Equal rights for daughters. That's from Sean. Graham's on the N25. Hello, Graham.
Hello, Iain. Yeah, Daughters and Sons working.
Yeah.
There's a coach company in Mepham in Kent, and it's so-and-so and Daughters, which is always worrying, seeing women coach drivers.
Oh, now, do you know, I saw... Hey, Graham, I saw a really sexy bus driver the other day.
Oh, there's nothing like that.
Oh, really?
Someone in uniform, eh?
Well,
also,
yeah,
working with parents.
Yeah.
Farmers, always getting their sons to work for them. It's terrible.
Do you know this from your own life, Graham?
Yeah, married to a farmer's daughter.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
and
terrible.
Did she have to work the farm?
From a young age.
Well, you sound really bitter about this, Graham.
No, they're all right, really, but there's nothing like a Christmas dinner where you have to get up and go and carve a cow in the middle of it.
Yeah, that's a Christmas dinner and a half. What the hell was that all about? For goodness sakes. Simon's in the lark field. Hello, Simon.
Hi, Ian, how are you?
Do you know what? I don't feel very well.
Why is that?
I just feel a bit sick all of a sudden.
That's nice to speak to you too.
No, that's not your fault. I'm just sitting here the last half an hour, and I'm beginning to feel a little bit queasy, so if I have to dash off at any point, then please don't take offence, but I just feel a little bit, ugh.
Not a problem.
But it's nothing personal, Simon. I love you.
Cheers, mate. Feelings mutual.
Nice one. What can I do for you, Simon?
First of all, I'd like to say that Quincy is brilliant.
Isn't it the greatest?
It is.
Dun, 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 dun.
Please don't go up the afternoon job.
Oh, okay, fine.
You've also got Airwolf and the A-Team come out of the USA as well.
Oh, yeah, no, of course, it's an excellent television series, definitely.
Yep. But also working with parents.
Yeah.
I work with my father doing a courier at the moment.
And what's it like? Is it any good, or is it an absolute nightmare?
Well, I'm on call 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Yeah.
And he takes weekends off.
Really?
Yeah, he does.
So he kind of takes the mickey a little bit out of you.
Yeah, he phones me. It's like if I go out in the van, he'll phone me every half an hour to find out where I am.
And there's no way you can tell him to get stuffed, is there?
No, there isn't. I mean, we have come to like really angry words towards each other, but we just tend to let it go the next.
Do you think because he's your dad, you can get angrier than if he was just your normal boss?
No, I tend to say what I feel anyway.
Okay. And there's no chance of getting out of this gig, Simon, and doing something different?
Oh, no, well, I enjoy doing it with my dad because it's like, I mean, I've only been driving since March and I've covered most of the country.
Yeah.
And I get out and it's better than sitting behind a desk all day.
It is better than sitting behind a desk all day, although I'm loving having a desk at the moment, and we've decided that the way we're going to decorate the desk is with your photograph, London. And we've been sent a lot of photographs via the email, and we're very happy to receive them. So if you send me a photo, ideally if you send it in the post, because then it's a proper photo. But we had who was the witch? Inan? Was it Inan the witch? Yeah. Inan sent a photo in. I've now got a picture of a sexy witch on my desk. I don't, even if you're a munter or you're a fella, send your pictures in, ideally in the post. But if you want to do it by the email, that's fine, and we'll print it off. I'm going to decorate my desk with your pictures. I thought that would be quite nice. Anyway, I'll give you the address a bit later on. The phone number, though, is 0870 9090 973. Working with your parents and the English Fonzie. Who will be the English Fonz? Hugh Cornwall, we've had suggest. Hugh Cornwall, the bloke from the Stranglers? That's never going to happen. Martin Kemp, Barry from Watford, and Tucker Jenkins. Mark in Harpenden is saying, another one for Hugh Cornwall. Don't know why we got so many of that. Iain, both myself and my father are in the ambulance service. He resents the day I joined as I outrank him. Well, no, that's going to be weird. We've not discussed that. We've discussed working for your parents. But what if you you get a little bit above them? And you get a higher position, and more power than them. That can't be good. That's from Miles in the catering. Now listen, we had this thing earlier on. Listen to this. This is James O'Brien.
I am thinking of challenging Iain Lee to a straight running race. I reckon I could take him in a running race.
Well, first of all, I'm going to wipe your ass, O'Brien. I accept your challenge, and we're going to run the 400 metres. I shall destroy you. I used to sprint for the county, James. You didn't know that when you challenged me. Well, that'll learn you. But I do want to know, what things have you been challenged to? These things normally happen when someone's a bit drunk, hence James O'Brien throwing that out at about 10:30 this morning. He's probably off his face. What things have you been challenged to? Agent Chris was challenged to climb Farnham Castle. Where the hell is that? In Farnham, is it? I don't know. We say that. Leeds Castle's in Kent, isn't it? Which he did. He accepted the challenge. He could not get down, though. He was stuck up there. He had to be rescued by who knows what. Have you been challenged to do something? Are you one of these people that when you're challenged... Instead of, I used to say yes. Nowadays, I'm pretty good at saying, do you know what? I'm not going to accept that challenge. Apart from this one from the O'Brien. Have you been challenged? Are you one of the people that when you're challenged, you have to do it? You have to accept it, otherwise you feel a bit wussy. Give me a call, 0870 9090 973. What challenges have been made to you, and have you accepted them? Or maybe you've turned them down. Did you fail miserably and look like a complete fool? You can text in as well on 0771 776 0973 and email Iain, IAIN, at lbc.co.uk. More of your calls, texts and emails after this.
The 3 hour 4 till 7 Iain Lee Afternoon Wireless Show.
Brian is in the Surrey. Hello, Brian.
Hello, mate. Yeah, I run a company called B. Williamson and Daughters Restoration Company, and I've got 4 daughters, and they've all worked for me.
Do they work for you now?
Well, one of them has worked for me. She's gone back to college at the moment, but they work for me on and off. So when they're not at college, they come and do work and all that.
Now, Brian, are you expecting them to take over the family business?
I'd like them to, but most of the time they don't like getting their hands dirty.
Well, that's hard. What do you restore, Brian?
We restore, like, Victorian houses and Georgian houses.
Hey, now, you couldn't get me a few doors, could you? Like, doors for inside the house?
Yeah, we could, yeah.
Could you?
Yeah.
Because I've been trying to... Let's go off on a tangent. Because we're just getting our place decorated. And they've stripped the doors off, but they're horrible. They're all they're old doors, but they're all burnt where someone's burnt them, and they're not nice. And I've been to restoration yards and reclamation yards, and we can't find doors anywhere.
Yeah, well, I could get the doors either made up or copied, or... Basically, we do all, like, internal, external, all the plastering, the paint, everything. Anything to do with Victorian, Georgian... and Edwardian house.
Agent Chris, keep Brian's number and give it to me after the show. I genuinely want this. So, Brian, would you, if your daughters left the business and went off and got married and became whatever, would you take the daughters out of the name of your firm?
No.
You keep it there?
Well, I've got 4 daughters, and everyone says, well, why? Well, I've got no sons, and
well, that kind of explains it, doesn't it?
And when they do work for me, I mean, they're as good. I mean, a couple of times I've had a go at them about various things that they've done, but they're good workers.
Are they? Do they get a bit leery with you because you're their dad as well as their boss?
I've upset a few times. I mean, one time, when Kelly first worked for me, she was just finished all this lovely brickwork on a Victorian house, and she spilled all black paint all down the brickwork.
Silly mare.
And I did make her cry. I got upset with her, and all the blokes had a go at me. They talked to me for days, so I'd upset her. So, you know, I'd give up on that, having a go at her.
How did you get that clean, Brian?
Well, we got a specialist machine that we remove paint.
Of course you did. It was a specialist machine. Brian, listen, I'm going to give you a call in the next few weeks. I need some doors for inside my flat. That's good. And at least it wasn't sleepers as well. That's something. 0870 9090 973. Have you worked with your parents? This all started because we were watching Diagnosis Murder with Barry Van Dyke and Dick Van Dyke. And we couldn't work out, is it the cushiest gig for Barry Van Dyke? So, as far as I know, it's been his only gig. So, you know, I'm not suggesting there's been nepotism, but I think there's been some nepotism there. So, yes, I am indeed suggesting there has been nepotism. It's a good word, isn't it? Also, we're trying to find the English Fonzie. Fonzie, the coolest person in the world, everybody knows that. Wasn't there a series of Happy Days that had Susie Quattro in? As Leather Tuscadero? I seem to remember that, being Fonzie's girlfriend. I'm sure Susie Quattro was in it. She's hot. We like Susie Quattro. Who would be the English Fonz? These are the entrants we've got so far. David Dickinson, Ray Winston, Hugh Grant, Clive Owen, Des Lynam, Stan Laurel, Robbie Williams, Paul Weller, Tommy Boyd, Shakin' Stevens, Adam Woodyard, Shane Ritchie, Timmy Mallet, Hugh Cornwall, Martin Kemp, Barry from Watford and Tucker Jenkins. I think we can do a little bit better than that. I really do. And what have you been challenged to? The moon-faced fool, the J to the O to the B, has challenged me to a race. I can destroy him on the running track easily. This will actually happen. You will hear it happen on this station at some point. What have you been challenged to, and why did you feel you couldn't say no? 0870 9090 973. More of your calls after the news.
London's LBC 97.3 0870 9090 973. The 3-hour 4 till 7 Iain Lee Afternoon Wireless Show.
Who the hell is James O'Brien?
This is the best of Iain Lee.
If you're tired of standing and bored of sitting, then lie down on a bed. Bed. So much better than those awful chairs.
Oh, man, chairs suck, beds rule. It's as simple as that. That's what we say on this show. Hello, you. This is the 3-hour 4 till 7 Iain Lee Afternoon Wireless Show. I do feel a little bit nauseous. It's not your fault, London. I don't know what's going on. There are weird things afoot in my stomach, but we'll be all right. Be all right. Here we go. There's a ninja behind you. That's nearly the weekend. We can stagger through the last 2 hours feeling a bit poorly, can't we? I think we can do that. We are asking. Ever work with your parents? Is it the cushiest job or is it an absolute nightmare? Who would be the English Fonzie? Vicky has emailed in Mike Baldwin. That's the best suggestion we've had so far. Mike Baldwin as the English Fonz. That'd be kind of cool. And what have you been challenged to? James O'Brien has foolishly, naively, idiotically challenged me to a race. I used to run for my county. James O'Brien is a moon-faced balding fool who's going to get his ass whooped on the track, man! What have you been challenged to? And did you rise to the challenge, or did you tell him to get stuffed? Because quite often we'll do these things just because we've been challenged. And, you know, you do have the right to say, no, I'm not going to do it. It's stupid. It's a silly idea. Give us a call, 0870 9090 973. You can text in as well on 0771 776 0973. We're having a little problem with the computer. Oh, you need my password, do you? Let me type it in. Hang on. There we go. A little problem with the computer. I don't quite know what the problem is, but I've had to log in, and we're not quite sure. Well, it'll be fine. You don't even need to know this. I shouldn't even be telling you this. This is behind-the-scenes stuff, what you do not need to know. David's in the denim. Hello, David.
Hello there, Ian.
Oh, you sound very perky.
Well, it's Friday and I've just got down the pub.
What, 8 minutes past 5 on a Friday?
Yes, and I've taken about a sip of Guinness, and now I'm standing outside so I can talk to you.
Oh, you stay outside. It's night. I'm looking out the window. It's night time out there.
It is.
Scary, isn't it?
Drinking time. I had the opposite thing. I employed my father and friend when I slipped a disc when I make furniture.
Yeah.
And they were both 70, and they were both a bit doddery. And
this is brilliant.
You tried telling your father off for doing something wrong.
Is that possible? Did he do anything wrong, first of all?
Well, it was a case you had to tell them everything 3 times, because they'd walk away and forget what they'd just been told to do.
Because they're so old. And was it frustrating? Did you regret the day that you'd asked your dad to come and work for you, or...?
No, I didn't regret it, but it was one of those experiences that you'd, I think you wouldn't do again.
Yeah. And did it ever kick off between... I mean, A, it's hard to have a go at him because he's your dad. B, it's hard to kick off at him because he's an old man. But did you ever have to say, Dad, you've got this wrong, you're an idiot?
No. I never said it.
No.
But
you thought it.
The problem is, I'm an engineer, my dad's an engineer.
Right.
And he had certain ways of doing things, and I had certain ways of doing things, and he had to do it my way.
Yeah.
That took a lot of effort persuading him that it was better to do it my way.
Yeah, it's a tough thing to do, isn't it, David? Listen, thank you very much for that. Give us a call. 0870 9090 973 is the telephone number if you want to give us a call. Jay is in the Southall. Hello, Jay.
Hello, mate.
Hello, mate. You all right?
Yeah, not bad, mate. Not bad.
What can I do for you? Where the hell are you, Jay? It sounds very noisy there.
I was sitting in traffic coming back from a funeral.
Oh.
I'm a funeral director. I work for my dad.
Ah, thank God for... Well, there we go. That's made things already a little bit lighter. So, hang on. You're a proper and son?
Yeah. Our company is Chandu Taylor and Son.
Oh, man, that's fantastic. Now, have you always worked for him, or, was it inevitable you were going to work for him?
No, it wasn't. Not at all.
Yeah.
Not at all. I left college at 19, and I thought, well... I might as well for a little while, and I joined him, and I'm still here 6 years later.
You're still there, and are you enjoying it, or are you thinking, one day, you know what, I want to get out of this crazy funeral business?
No, I do enjoy it. It gets a bit hairy sometimes. I work with my mum and my dad as well, so I work with both of them, so...
really?
It gets a bit hairy sometimes, but it's good fun. It's good fun.
It's weird you say the funeral business is good fun. Do they treat you differently because you're their son, or or do they make things a little bit easier for you?
I think if in any business you always get treated a little bit differently because you're the boss's son. But you know, it's harder for them to do it. It's easier for you to do it. But yeah, you get into the odd argument now and again.
But, Jay, listen, thanks very much. We've got to move on. 0870 90 90 973 is the telephone number if you want to give us a call. We do want to know about your challenges as well. Sorry if I'm sounding a little bit vague. I think I'm going to pass out. Agent Chris, what if I were to faint or be sick on the show, do we have any backup plan if that happens?
We've got music and the best of Steve Allen.
We've got music and the best of Steve Allen. Fingers crossed I make it. Oh, man. That's really the plan? We play the best of Steve Allen. Wow, this is exciting radio. Or we just take all the calls straight to air. Maybe we can do it. No, we won't. We'll save that for 6:30. We'll save that for 6:30. That will be happening, by the way. Gabrielle is on the mobile. Hello, Gabrielle.
Hello, mate. All right?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
Quite well, cheers.
What can I do for you?
I was just thinking, you were saying about the English Fonzarelli?
Yes.
Well, you've got to get that bloke, the one with the Antiques TV show. David Dickinson?
Cheap and chips. David Dickinson, cheap and chips.
So he's like, yeah, he's a real Bobby Daffer.
I've stroked David Dickinson's hair. I have. He's a lovely gentleman. He smokes a million fags a day, and his hair is made of pure Brillo pad. But you think he'd be a good English Fonzie, do you?
Well, I think so, yeah.
Yeah, I can imagine him in a leather jacket chatting up the chicks. Gabrielle, he's on the list. Thank you for that suggestion. For some reason, I can't quite remember why, we're trying to find the English Fonzie. If you've got any suggestions, then give us a call. And I do want to know, what have you been challenged to? We're getting a few texts and emails on that, but I'm having trouble getting to the text, so I cannot refer to them for you. What have you been challenged to? Give us a call. It is now, it's nearly 5:14.
Iain Lee. The 3-hour 4 till 7 Iain Lee Afternoon Wireless Show.
It's Martin's birthday. I don't do these things, but because I'm a little bit lightheaded, happy birthday, Martin! We're getting loads of... Iain, I was challenged to do... We got the text up and running, by the way. I was challenged to do the Cool Hand Luke eat an egg. Where the hell has that gone? I reached 32, then threw at my mate's wife. She wasn't amused. Malcolm in the Leon Sea. Why do you want to eat eggs like that? A lot of texts as well, saying Clive Bull would be an excellent English Fonzie. I can kind of see that, maybe. He's got that kind of suave... Maybe. I can't remember why we're talking about this. My mind is being eaten. Laura's in the Newdigate. Hello, Laura.
Hello.
Where, Newdigate?
Well, it's Hawley, really.
Oh, why do you say Newdigate?
I didn't, actually.
Oh,
I said Epsom.
Oh, well, it's a mystery where you are, and I like a mysterious lady. Laura, what can I do for you?
Well, I work with my dad, my mum, and my sister.
Oh, man, how does that work, Laura?
It's fun. It's really good fun.
Is it fun?
Yes.
Has it never kicked off?
Oh, absolutely. Every day. But it's still fun.
Yeah.
You don't have to really answer to anybody.
And do your parents own this business?
Yes.
And so, does it say, and daughters?
No.
Oh. Well, you've been robbed there, Laura.
I know. I think maybe I need to sort this out.
Okay. How many children? How many siblings have you got?
Just one.
Just one. So let's fingers crossed your parents will be alive forever. But when they pass on, which of you is going to get the business?
She will.
Well, how's that worked out?
Because I don't want it. It's too hard work.
Oh, in that case, well, if you don't want it, but that's going to be a nice little gold mine, isn't it? Surely.
It's hard work.
What's the hardest thing you have to do?
Get up at 4 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, do you know what, I worked for a baker's for about a week once, and that thing of you get up, you have to be in there at 4:30 to make bread. Come on now, that's not. Well, just go and buy it from Tesco's or somewhere. And just go and buy it from Tesco's and pretend it's yours.
No, you can't do that.
Apparently not. Apparently it's illegal, but I think it's.
Yeah.
It's a shame to do that. Laura, you don't want any sleepers, do you?
No, not really.
We're getting a text again about sleepers. For goodness sakes, we're not selling sleepers. Laura, listen, thank you very much for that. 0870 9090 973. is the telephone number. No more calls on sleepers, for God's sakes. Leave that alone. That was... we're not dealing in sleepers. Although, I'm thinking, maybe there's a nice little earner in there somewhere. It could be something good. Denham Elliott for the Fonzie. Mike Reed for Arch-Fonz of UK, says Tim in Earlsfield. Ian in the LBC, surely you meant to say kick O'Brien's ass and not wipe it. I think maybe I did say wipe it, actually. Oh, dear me. Catherine is in the East Finchley. Hello, Catherine.
Hello.
You alright?
Yeah, I'm good. How are you?
I don't feel very well.
Why not?
I feel a bit sick.
Oh, what have you eaten?
Well, I have... Oh, bless you. Yes, I have eaten. I just feel a little... So, literally, the last hour, I'm feeling a little bit lightheaded, a little bit nauseous. There is every chance I could have an on-air faint.
Drink some water.
Oh, I've got some here. Okay, I will.
Good.
Thanks. Hang on. Okay, there we go. That's good. Yeah. Captain, why have you called in? What can I do for you?
It's about the English Fonzie.
Now, are you old enough to know who the Fonzie is?
Yeah, Happy Days.
Okay.
Yeah, Andrew Freddie Flintoff.
Oh, Freddie flippin' Flintoff, just because he can play cricket and booze up, all the girls love him.
No, okay. I remember ages ago, I don't know if you remember this far back, but do you remember when the Ashes were on?
What? Catherine, you're sounding really muffled today.
Am I?
Yeah, are you holding a handkerchief over your phone?
No.
Okay, so go on, sorry.
Yeah, and I don't know if you remember this far back, but you remember when the Ashes were on, you said you don't like cricket.
Yeah, I don't like cricket, sorry.
And we won.
Yeah.
And now it's so good. And, like,
what?
he's just a hero of the Ashes.
But I still don't like cricket.
Why not?
Because it's boring. No. And most people don't like cricket. It was that thing where, oh, we won. A lot of people pretending they like cricket and pretending they've always liked cricket, but they don't. And in 6 months... England are in Pakistan now, or going to Pakistan very soon, aren't they?
Yeah, they're there now.
No one cares.
Starting on November the 12th.
Yeah, no one cares.
But people, it's so good. I love cricket.
It's not, it's a silly game.
No, it's not.
It is.
No, it's not.
What's a silly mid-off?
What?
There you go. You don't know the rules of cricket. You're a pop cricket player.
No, I'm not. I love cricket. I've got the shirt, I've got 3 autobiographies, all the tests on DVD.
Wow, you must really love cricket if you've got 3 autobiographies and a shirt.
And the DVDs.
And the DVDs.
And I'll be getting season ticket for Lords, so ha.
Ha! Well, okay. Well, I don't quite know why you're trying to sell me cricket, but it's not gonna...
Yeah, so I think you should add Andrew Flintoff to the list.
I will add Freddie Flintoff.
Yay!
To the list. He's on the list. But I still think Mike Baldwin's a better suggestion than a cricket player.
Yeah.
Have you played cricket?
No.
There we go, you
But I
see.
can't play cricket, can I?
Why?
Or exactly can I go to play cricket? I'm a girl.
Oh. Well, I don't know. Girls can play cricket, can't they?
Yeah, they can, but there's nowhere I can really go.
Go with your mates. All you need is a cricket bat, some stumps and a ball.
Yeah, but my mates don't like cricket. They all think I'm obsessed with it.
Well, you do sound a little bit, as Clive would say, of a foamer about cricket.
But I'm not.
Okay. Catherine, I put Freddie Flintoff on the list. I can't remember why we're talking about the English Fonz, but we are. It's now part of the show. We're trying to find the definitive English Fonzie. Steve is in the Heathrow. Hello, Steve.
Hi, Ian. How are you?
I'm fine, mate. What can I do for you?
Well, the Fonz from the UK. There's one guy that stands out a mile for me, unfortunately, and it's the thing about the Fonz is he loved himself, and nobody loved himself more than he did.
Yeah.
How about Shakin' Stevens?
Oh, now Shaky. Let's be careful what we say here because I've never met the man, but he's a little bit full of himself.
Yeah, I don't like him much myself, I must admit.
Steve, are you from Wales?
No, Liverpool originally.
Oh, sorry, no, yeah, okay. I was getting a bit hint of an accent there. Yeah, so you're not a fan of his hits like Green Door, Julie, and the one he did about Christmas?
The style of the music was fine, but, if you didn't see him at all while it was being played, then that's fine.
It's a weird thing, wasn't it? What was he, 1981-82, someone who was like a very, very faux sub-Elvis singing... It was a strange thing to become popular.
Yeah, if you took the worst part of Elvis and the worst part of Cliff Richards and put them together, you'd probably get Shakin' Stevens.
You've got Shakin' Stevens. You've got Shaky. But you think Shaky would be a good Fonzie?
Well, he's the same style, even his attitude, the way he walks and things like that.
Yeah. Well, I love the Happy Days. It was a cracking programme. And Fonzie has popped up recently. There's a TV series called Arrested Development, which is an American sitcom. Have you seen it, Steve?
No, I haven't.
It's brilliant. It's brilliant, and it's narrated by the guy who played Richie Cunningham. And Fonzie pops up in it as a lawyer. The guy Henry Winkler is a lawyer, and there's a brilliant bit in it where he's in the toilets and he's looking at himself. He goes to comb his hair, and he just goes, eee, and walks out. Exactly like the Fonzie. It's a genius bit of TV.
Have
Steve,
you seen the advert?
Oh, yeah, I have. I was a little bit disappointed with the advert. Was it? I think it's for Peugeot or Toyota or something, I don't know. I was a little bit disappointed. I thought they could have done it a little bit better with that technology. In fact, Griff Rhys-Jones did it better with the beer adverts when he popped up in a Marilyn Monroe film. 0870 9090 973 is the telephone number. We're trying to find the English Fonzie. Do you work with your parents? Oh, we've got the text machine up now, so I can have a little look in a minute and find out what you've been challenged to after the J to the O to the B. Foolishly has challenged me to a race. That ain't gonna happen. I'm gonna destroy the fool. Let me do some of these emails. Ian, my dad used to give me paperwork to type, and I used to hate it, says Jaspreet. There you go. Oh, this is good. Inya, my neighbour's correspondent, has given me a Diagnosis Murder update. Did you know that not only is Barry Van Dyke in Diagnosis Murder with his dad Dick, but also Dick's daughter Carey has been in it, playing his daughter, and Dick's grandson and Barry's son Shane has been in it. Genius. This is just like the Van Dyke family show. Incredible. And Andy, Lady Andy with an eye says, people always challenge me to run, not knowing I used to sprint and cross-country run for Croydon. Well, Croydon had a cross-country team? I don't know why I'm finding that funny, but I'm finding it amusing. The English Fonzie could be Nick Cotton from the EastEnders. He had the leather jacket, the jeans, and the slick DA. No. Roger Moore for the Fonz. Play the Perry Mason music, it's even better than Quincy. I don't think so. We love a bit of Quincy music. 0870 9090 973 is the telephone number. Don't forget, at 6:30, we're going to be playing Triple M, where we're going to be taking your calls directly to air. We've got some kind of strict rules, which I'll give you the rules now, but I will go through them later on, because they are very strict. And if you break the rules, we get in serious trouble, and you get in serious trouble, okay? We're going to take your calls at 6:30, straight to air. You can do what you want. It seems to be the shorter calls are the better ones. But you can do whatever you want, it's entirely up to you. No swearing, though, because if you swear, we have to dump you, it won't go out on the air, and we'll ban you from ever phoning LBC again. We have the power to do that. So don't do anything naughty like that. But apart from that, sort of do what you want to do. That's coming up at 6:30. So we've got an hour left to get your calls in about other things. I'll be taking your calls as well on apologies a little bit later on. After I apologise, I'll tell the story later on. I acted like an idiot. 0870 9090 973. More of your texts after this.
The 3-hour 4 till 7 Iain Lee Afternoon Wireless Show.
Now, you are very generously all emailing in your pictures of you for my desk, and I will put them all up, I promise. Some of you are beautiful women, some of you are ugly women, some of you are strange men. Now, this is a brilliant one from Thomas. So can I take control for a second, Chris? Thomas has sent an email saying, this is a screen grab of the film Wimbledon, in which I was an extra. So we looked at the picture. Which one is he? I'm the blonde bloke in the top left, stretching to get in shot. And you have a look at the picture. That fella there! It's going on the desk, though. More of your calls after the news.
The 3-hour 4 till 7 Iain Lee Afternoon Wireless Show.
Trying to find the best English Fonzie. What have you been challenged to? And do you work with your parents? 0870 9090 973. Peter is in the Ivor. Hello, Peter.
Hi, Ian.
Hello, Peter.
How are you?
I'm not feeling very well.
Oh, that's a shame, isn't it?
Never mind, it doesn't matter. It's not important in the great scheme of things.
Too much drink last night.
Au contraire, no. I just feel a little bit sick for some reason. I don't quite know why, I'm sure. If I don't make it, though, Peter, we have got the best of Steve Allen on standby, so fingers crossed I make it.
Well, hurry up then, because I'll turn it off.
Yeah, well, Peter, what have you called in for?
Fonzie. Today's Fonzie.
Today's English Fonzie, who would it be?
English Fonzie, your mate.
Which one?
Nick Ferrari.
Oh, no, it's funny you should say that. Caroline's just texted in. Nick Ferrari would make a good Big Al. The guy who used to run the diner. But you reckon Ferrari is Fonzie?
Ferrari is Fonzie, like, looking in the mirror, he loves himself, doesn't he?
He does love himself, he's a bit vain.
I think he's a bit on the gay side, though, so...
from what little meetings I've had with him, he's always been touching my knee in a rather suspicious, yet lovely manner. So he could be. I don't think that there's a leather jacket big enough for him, though, is there?
There may be.
There may be, there may be indeed, Pete. Oh, look at James O'Brien must be the English Fonz, says Peter in the Pearly. No. James O'Brien's more like, Ralph Mouth. Or Ralph Mouth, of course he is. He's got ginger hair, and he's a fool. Barry's in the Hayes Common. Hello, Barry.
Hello, Ian, how are you?
I'm all right.
Good.
Good.
Right, the English Fonz,
same era, same clothes. Lewis Collins from The Professionals.
Lewis Collins? Where the hell is Lewis Collins?
Oh, don't know.
Because the other one, the miserable one, he's always in stuff now, and he's Judge John Deed, and he's a famous actor. Lewis Collins, who I thought was actually quite a bit better, has disappeared.
Exactly.
We have... Huh?
He should be the Fonz.
Well, I'm jotting him down. He's on the list. He's after Jimmy Savile. Someone's made me put Jimmy Savile on this list. I don't quite know how that's materialised. Lewis Collins is on there, Barry. Graham's in the Sid Cup. Hello, Graham.
Hello, Ian.
Hello, Graham.
How are you?
No, not feeling very well. I'll keep saying it. What can I do for you, Graham?
Yeah, I've got a suggestion for the new Fonz.
Yeah, go on.
Tony Hart.
What?
Tony Hart from Heartbeat.
I know exactly who you mean. He's a lovely gentleman. I've had the great pleasure of him. I met him and we've got him to make a picture out of 2 tomatoes and a leek or so. I don't quite know. We've got to do something, and he did it excellently. But surely, what qualities, what Fonz-like qualities has Tony Hart got?
He used to be cool.
Yeah.
Pretty calm, pretty collected.
Yeah.
And he's obviously a bit crazy because he plays with his little plasticine friends.
I was always suspicious of his relationship with Mr. Bennett. Do you remember Mr. Bennett?
Mr. Bennett? No, I can't say I do.
Oh, man, Mr. Bennett was the clumsy, slightly evil sort of caretaker of the building that Tony Hart worked in.
Really? No, I don't know Mr. Bennett.
Oh, no, I'm beginning to think maybe Mr. Bennett would... Who the hell was Mr. Bennett? Well, if anyone knows who Mr. Bennett was... He was someone, wasn't he? I can't remember. He was the caretaker or something. And he was a little bit evil and doubtful of Tony Hart's art-making abilities. Melvin is in the bow. Hello, Melvin. Hang on a second.
Hello, Ian.
Melvin, excuse me, 1 second, hang on.
That's more like it.
That's how you do a slurp, mate. If you're going to do a slurp, then do it slowly and enjoy it. It's a dirty slurp.
That's it.
Is that it? Have you called in just a slurp to me?
Yeah.
Nice one. Well, there we go. Hey! And it's not even Triple M yet. That doesn't start until 6:30. 0870 9090 973. I do want. We've got time. We've got about 35 minutes before we get there. So I want to know. I apologise to someone today. I was a little bit rude to someone today. He was a prat. He was a smug prat. But I did go off the handle a little bit. It's been a long day, and I had a bit of a go at him. But what it was, I wanted to get a parcel. You know these parcel companies, not Royal Mail or anything like that, but they put a card... I got back home yesterday, there was a card through the door saying, we delivered a parcel, you weren't in, it's at our depot, come and collect it. Come and collect it at our depot. So I went to the depot today, on the way to work, with the card, and the bloke tapped in the computer and went, oh no, it's still on the van. I said, well, why have I got this card then, saying from yesterday, saying, and he laughed at me. And I went mental, and I did get a little bit sweary, and I shouldn't have done. I was a bit rude, and he followed me out to the car, and he started getting all aggressive at the car, being really nasty. So I drove off, and I felt bad. I did feel bad. I'd lost my temper. I'd been a little bit rude. So I turned back. After a while, I turned back, and I went back and apologised to him. And I did that thing. I held up my hand and said, look, mate, I'm really sorry. I was out of order. It's been a long day. It's been a bad day. I'm really sorry. I shouldn't have spoken to you like that. You know, let's shake on it. And I held my hand out to shake, and he did the thing. He refused to shake my hand. He said, oh, that's fine, mate, don't worry about it. And he refused to shake my hand. So for a second, my hand was there, in space, not being shook. And I had to, the humiliation, putting it back beside me, and all right, fine. He was refusing my, it was a very humble apology. Is there anything more humiliating than that? Have you made an apology? And the person has just not accepted it, pretty much. Have you had your hand out for the handshake? Maybe it was the first meeting with someone, maybe it was an apology, and that person has not accepted your handshake. Is there anything ruder than that? And when they refuse your... Because, yeah, I was out of order, but this guy was out of order first. He was laughing at me and being all smug, which is what pushed me over the edge. And it kind of made me angrier. But look, I left. I left, and I swore in my car, but I was trying to be spiritually be there. Have you had your apology refused? And is there anything more humiliating? And did you seek revenge? 0870 9090 973. Is there anything worse than having your hand out for a handshake and it not being accepted? Give us a call and let me know if you've eaten humble pie and apologised. Who would make a good British Fonzie? What have you been challenged to? And do you work with your parents? 0870 9090 973. We'll have more of your calls, texts and emails after this. What about Rod Stewart as Fonzie? I see he was on Lorraine Kelly's programme the other day. Oh my God, I thought it was the Christmas turkey. It was so leathery. What the hell? Mr. Bennett was Chris Barry. No, he wasn't Paul in the Fleet. You've got that completely wrong. Nick, okay, here we go. This is Mark the Cabbie. Nick Ferrari is Al. Clive is Fonz. Steve Allen is Potsy. You're Ralph. And Caroline is Joni, as we all want to... Oh, I'm not going to read that out. That's just descends into vulgarity. We're a little bit above that. Ian, I think this is Sue from the Wimbledon, the original and still the best. I think that Bradley Walsh would be good as the Fonz, or for a slightly camp one, Dale Winton would fit the part. It's just the innuendo just keeps spilling forth there. What about Richard Madeley as an English Fonz? I don't think so. James is in the Edgware. Hello, James.
Hi, how you doing? You alright?
I'm all right, James. What can I do for you?
You need a hot toddy. A hot toddy will make you feel tons better.
Yeah, I don't drink.
Well, it's purely medicinal.
For medicinal purposes, I think we can break that rule. Then we'll have some of that.
Yes.
James, what can I do for you?
I work with my father.
Doing what?
Working IT.
Yeah.
And Dad goes out as a salesperson on the road, selling systems dry cleaners.
Yeah.
And he annoys the hell out of me.
Really?
Yes.
Is it? Does he annoy you so much that you think you might get out of the business one day?
It's my business, and he annoys me. I don't know why I took him on, and there are occasions where he whines me so much that I do wish that I could just say, go away.
Does he? So you're his boss?
Yes.
Does he find that a little bit humiliating?
Not really. Not really. Not really.
And does he do what you tell him to do? Or is he a little bit, listen, James, I'm your father, and we worked hard to bring you up?
He's never thrown that one at me yet. But if he did, I'll throw it back in his face.
So you give him an order, and he'll follow it?
Pretty much, yeah. Pretty much.
But why did you take him on, James?
He'd just had a heart attack, and he was unemployed, and he needed a job.
The sympathy job.
Well, no, he's actually a decent salesperson, so, you know, we did it for that reason, so...
James, listen, good work, sir, excellent work, thank you very much for that. 0870 9090 973. Oh, Heather Jingles has just walked in. Heather Jingles, would it be possible, please, as we are big fans of all of your work, and we think you're a lovely, lovely gentleman, we were wondering, could we have the Quincy theme tune as our new jingle for the show?
No.
Well, it was, I like the way you thought about it for half a second. Thanks very much. Cheers. Unbelievable. Do you know what I mean? You try and put on a good show, and you've got these... He's still there. He can hear me. That's a shame. Damn you. Curses. We'll sneak it in somehow. We must try and get Jack Pugman on the show. That's my mission now, is to get Quincy on the show. Can we get a corpse in here for Quincy to work on? That would be pretty darn cool. Mr. Bennett, off of Tony Hart, is now a TV producer and has made late-night programmes for Channel 5, says Playboy Dave. Well, there you go. You live, and indeed you learn. 0870 9090 973. Have you made an apology? Have you been the big man or the big woman and made that apology and had it refused? Had the apology turned around? It's quite humiliating. It happened to me today. I wasn't that much in the wrong. I was a little bit. We'll have more of your calls, your texts, and your emails after the latest LBC news.
London's LBC 97.3. The 3-hour, 4 till 7 Iain Lee Afternoon Wireless Show.
Call 0870 9090 973.
Iain Lee Wireless Afternoon Show, something like that.
Beds. They make chairs look like tack. Beds. Proud sponsors of the Iain Lee Show. Beds.
Beds is good. Beds is nice. Beds is lovely. Hello, you. This is the 3-hour, 4 till 7 Iain Lee Afternoon Wireless Show. We're all a bit excited because it's nearly the weekend. It's virtually the weekend for us, which is very, very nice indeed. We've got another 23 minutes of proper normal calls, so if you want to get in and talk... Hang on a second. If you want to get in and talk about any of the things that we've raised so far, probably a good time to give us a call now. Working with parents, English Fonzie, and apologies. Have you made an apology to someone and they've kind of just turned their back, told you to get lost, said, no, I'm not interested in your apology? It's a silly thing. Have you had your hand out to have it have your hand shaken, shook, and it's been refused? 087 9090 973. Sharon is in the Ruislip. Hello, Sharon.
Hello.
Hello, Sharon. How are you?
I'm very well. How are you?
I'm fine. You sound very perky.
Actually, I've been feeling really sick all day, exactly like you, for no reason whatsoever.
Are you feeling better now?
A little bit, yeah.
I feel a bit nauseous and a bit lightheaded.
Yeah, it's bizarre, isn't it?
Weird. Maybe I've left there's some gas on or something. I don't know, but I don't feel good. Anyway, Sharon, what can I do for you?
I want to talk about this guy who wouldn't shake your hand.
Yeah.
Now, I think it's karma.
Oh, really?
Because I remember a few weeks ago, some guy wanted to shake your hand. He just sneezed on it, fair enough, but you wouldn't shake his hand.
Oh, man, yeah, it's absolutely true. I saw this on the radio, wasn't I? Yeah.
Yes, and he was obviously just as humiliated as you were.
Yeah.
So it's karma.
But it's karma. But I was being the big man, and yes, I was a prat to this bloke earlier, and I was a little bit sweary and a bit shouty. But he laughed at me, so so he should have shook my hand though.
He should have shook your hand, yes, but you should have shook the other guy's hand as well.
The other guy's hand was covered in snot.
But he was probably humiliated. He probably went home to his little wife and was gutted and said, I held my hand out and I felt like a fool.
Yeah, well, he shouldn't have sneezed into his hand, should he? I don't want to catch, I think he said the fleas. How old am I? Remember that flea bag at school?
The lurgy.
Yeah, I don't want to catch the lurgy of someone, by shaking their hand.
It's still karma.
I think this fella... Have you ever... Sharon, it's one of the most humiliating things in the world, is to hold out your hand in an act of apology and surrender, and for the guy... What the guy did was he held up his two hands and went, I'm all right, mate, and then crossed his arms.
But you're still the bigger man, because he's the idiot for not accepting it.
Yeah, I am the bigger man. I shall wallow in that. Sharon, listen, thank you very much for that. Gary is in the New Malden. Hello, Gary.
Hello, Ian. You were talking about humiliating things happening to you, so I thought I'd share this with you.
Yeah, go on.
I was at a dinner party with my wife, and there was another two other couples there.
Yeah.
And I was telling a story, and I thought it was going quite well, and the other two couples started to sort of talk amongst themselves, and another couple got out, and ended up telling the story to my wife, because she was the only one left sitting at the table.
Oh, mate!
She already knew the story. I was so embarrassed.
That's so uncomfortable. Well, what was wrong with the story? Was it offensive or anything?
No, not at all. I think, I'm not, it was so many years ago, I'm not quite even sure what it was about. I think it was how I met she's now my ex-wife, but how I met my wife.
Oh.
And it wasn't that dull.
So you ended up telling your wife how you'd met her?
Yes, absolutely.
Oh, mate.
That is quite humiliating, eh?
I feel really guilty now, and I wasn't even there. It was nothing to do with me, for God's sake.
I know. I can't go out now.
So these other...
in company, and I just clam up.
These other people just started talking. One couple got up and moved away.
Yeah, they were the people who the house we were at, and they got up and were clearing dishes and stuff, and then the other couple just started talking to each other while I was in mid flow.
Was the story?
I didn't think the story was about how I met my wife, and we met on a kibbutz in Israel, so it's not that dull. I mean, it wasn't like I met her in a queue for outside a bank or something like that.
Sorry, Gary, have you finished? Sorry, I was miles away then.
Yes.
It is quite a dull story, actually. I was tempted to leave the studio for a second. Gary, listen, thank you for sharing that with us. That's awkward, isn't it? You're telling a story, and by the end of it, there's no one left. Oh, mate, that's not good, is it? Paul's in the Uxbridge. Hello, Paul.
Hello there, Ian.
Hello, Paul.
I've got your Fonzie for you.
Go on.
I reckon we should use Vinnie Jones.
Who?
Vinnie Jones.
Vinnie Jones? The football lout? Why is he so cool? He can't make chicks appear just by clicking his fingers. He can't fix the jukebox just by smacking it.
Well, at the end of the day, if anyone argues with him, well, who's going to argue with him?
Yeah.
Would you argue with him?
Do you know, I have argued with him. He's a prat. I have actually had an argument with Vinnie Jones. He's an idiot. But I wouldn't take him on in a fight because he'd beat the cack out of me.
Exactly. There you go.
Fonzie only ever... I remember Fonzie having one fight, but everyone was scared of Fonzie to start with, before he became, lovable and stuff. Everyone was scared of him. He only ever had one fight. And even then, he turned it around in the fight and said, hey, we shouldn't be fighting, because fighting's, bad and stuff.
Oh, Vinnie Jones.
Paul seems to be stuck on Vinnie Jones there. Vinnie Jones is a prat. Did have a row with him, he's an idiot. Absolute idiot. We're getting loads of... Where was the email about, Here it is. We're talking about Mr. Bennett. It's a niche market discussing Mr. Bennett, but what the hell we might have. Mr. Bennett was actually called Colin Bennett. This is from Sean. He had his own... Oh, I remember this. He had his own series on LWT during the late 80s and early 90s called Night Shift. I remember this as a cracking programme, which was basically Mr. Bennett turning up unannounced at various people's jobs during the night shift and getting in the way. I remember that. I remember him going to, it was like a docks or something, and he just turned up with a film crew and, I'm Mr. Bennett, what's it like working at night? And they go, well, it's really hard work, actually, so, can you get out? Genius TV show. If you want to email, it's Iain, IAIN, @lbc.co.uk. I've got to say hello to Sue and John, Gemma and Jenny in Watford. It's local radio. We can do this, for goodness sakes. We're all just a little bit excited and a wee bit hyper because it's very, very near. Oh, we're getting more pictures sent in. Oh, hang on a minute. What? I've had pictures painted for me. This is very nice. We are asking if you want to email in pictures of yourself, or indeed pictures you've painted. Why the hell not? They're going to go up around my desk. I may regret that, I don't know. But, So, yeah, email your pictures in and they will go up to decorate my desk. Cliff in the kitchen, your mobile phone is working. It's turned into public service radio, isn't it? Next we'll be announcing what the meals are going to be in the ward. 0870 9090 973. It's the last proper quarter of the show before we play Triple M. So if you want to get your calls in, probably a good time to do it now. I will explain the rules in great detail of Triple M because they're very, very strict. We've got to stick to them. If you want to text 0771 776 0973, it's now 6:14.
The 3 hour 4 till 7 Iain Lee Afternoon Wireless Show.
Just give me a minute. Sorry, someone sent in a text. I don't. Is it me or does Iain Lee look like Peter Crouch of LFC? I guess that means Liverpool Football Club. I've no idea who this man is, so I'm just going to have a little Peter. I've got no idea who. I know nothing about football. It's him. Hang on a minute. So I'm just on Google. Well, just because he's tall doesn't mean it looks like me. Let's see the full-size image of this. Hang on, I'm looking at uglyfootballers.com. No, I don't look anything like him. Nothing like that. Oh, dear. Harry is in the Enfield.
Hello?
Hello, Harry.
Hi. You look nothing like Peter Crouch, by the way.
Thank you very much. I've got no idea who he is, but I don't think I look like that.
Oh, he's a rubbish footballer anyway.
Yeah.
Okay. I was ringing about embarrassing moments.
Yeah.
I was in my school, and we were playing football, and I ran into someone, and we both fell over.
Yeah.
And so I got up and said, oh, I'm sorry. But we both held our hands out to shake our hands.
Yeah.
And I don't want to back away. I don't want to seem like I was apologising for anything, and he didn't want to back away either.
Yeah.
So we just stood there for about 5 minutes with our hands held out, trying person deciding who wants to shake or not. So
well, hang on, what? But that's how you shake hands, is by both hands being there.
No, but we weren't shaking hands. We just held our hands out.
Why didn't you take his hand?
I don't know. It was an embarrassing moment. Like,
were you thinking that whoever grasps the other hand is the person that's the most sorry?
Yeah, that's kind of it.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I suppose that kind of makes some kind of crazy weird sense. Was it mainly his fault, Harry?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course it was.
He was bragging about it later on.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Idiot.
Yes.
Idiot. Harry, listen, thank you very much for that. When the hands are out, you have to. One of you has to. Agent Chris, come in here. Can you come in here? I want to shake your hand. I want to try this for a second. We're gonna. I don't quite understand how that works. Simon in Gants Hill, just wait there, Simon. Right, right, we're holding hands out. But you take hands, don't you?
Yes.
Oh, shake hands. Well done, by the way. Congratulations. Simon in Gants Hill, sorry, I was just shaking Agent Chris's hand. It's been long overdue, but it's what do you think? What can I do for you, Simon?
Hi, Ian, the new Fonz.
Yeah, go on.
This is the one for you.
Go on.
Nicholas Parsons.
Yeah, it's a good one.
You've realised that the debate is now over, haven't you?
Well, okay, the debate now narrows down to two, because during the break we got a text from someone, and they suggested Brian Ferry.
No.
Oh, I think...
Can I give you my two reasons for Nicholas?
Go on. Give me the reasons.
Well, one of these would be good enough, but I've got two. Firstly, a great cravat wearer.
Oh, mate, you know I'm a sucker for the cravats.
I know. Well, he is, he is the role model for cravat wearing.
He's a cravat personified.
Mr. Cravat.
Mr. Cravat himself, 2005.
And the second reason, he has great, as you would say, pronunciation.
Well, that's the correct way to say it.
You know, exactly.
Well,
and he's got the diction for it. I think there are too many presenters, if I may say, like Carolyn Faraday, don't speak good English.
Well, now listen, we can't be too harsh on her. The reason she don't speak good English is because she is steaming drunk.
Well, she's common.
She's common and she's steaming drunk. You can't speak properly when you've got that much booze running through your bloodstream, Simon.
She shouldn't be allowed on the air.
Well,
what sort of role model is she for young people? Whereas I think Nicholas is the man.
Well, the thing is, we are desperately... It's funny you should mention this, Simon. She can't hear us. We are desperately mounting a campaign to get rid of her and get Nicholas Parsons in at the weekends. Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
That would be great. Was he going to be the Fonz and late night?
Yeah, right, he couldn't do both. We'll have to keep Caroline Ferrier, Simon, and just pray to God that the TV companies are listening and go, yeah, do you know what's missing from British TV? It's an English Happy Days. That's what we need. I reckon it's between Brian Ferry and Nicholas Parsons. We've got time for a text vote. If you want to text in now, no more suggestions for the Fonz. But which one out of Brian Ferry and Nicholas Parsons? Text, yeah, guess this. Ferry or Parsons to 0771 776 0973. And we will decide by the end who will be the English Fonz. And then I shall write them a lovely letter telling them they've been voted as the English Fonz. Warren is in the Northwood. What do you want?
What are you sighing about? At the Towers.
What?
Why are you going,
What do you want, Warren?
Why are you sighing?
What?
You loved me yesterday, and now you're sighing.
Because I know that you have been on Clive Ball's excellent show.
No.
Yes.
No. Bob never phoned me back last night, so they can stick it. Yeah, the lead dude at the Towers.
Hang on, is that an impression of me?
I wouldn't do that.
Warren, do an impression of me, go on.
So it's Iain Lee here at LBC Towers, and we go over live to Clive in the Southall. Hello, Clive, what can I do for you?
Now that's supposed to be me, is it?
Was that okay for you?
Oh man, it was rubbish. The reason that Bob didn't call you back is it so because Bob didn't call you back, you've now jumped ship and come to this show?
No.
So
I realised where I lay my hat is my home.
Well, where's your hat?
God knows.
Yeah, we'll find it. The reason Bob didn't call you back is because we have a new whiteboard in the studio where we write down messages, important things, stuff like that. And I've written on that whiteboard, do not call Warren from Northwood, do not allow him on any show.
Oh.
Yeah.
No.
Yes. Now I can wipe that off the whiteboard, but I want some promises from you, Warren.
Right.
I want some promises that you won't... All right, shush. I want some promises, A, that you'll shut up.
Okay.
Yeah. B, that you won't slag off this show anymore.
I never do.
You've been on Clive Ball's show doing it!
No!
And C, you won't cry like a girl.
That might be a bit difficult.
Parsons.
And what about D and D?
Well, there's no D in it, it's only ABC.
Right.
There's only 3 points. Who do you think... Brian Ferry or Nicholas Parsons?
Parsons is past it.
That's the name of his autobiography, isn't it? So you're going to go for Brian Ferry as the English
Ferry,
Fonz?
yeah.
Okay, Ferry, that's fine.
Embarrassing moments.
Yeah, go on.
Because I don't want to go over your out time, Lee.
And when there is a D, call me by my first name.
Sorry, Iain.
Thank you.
Gorgeous man.
Unbelievable.
Stunning you are.
No, now... and there's an E, I've just remembered an E. Stop lying.
I've told all the homosexuals to love you.
Well, good. And you know them all?
Every single one.
Wow. let's not even go there. Warren, right. Quickly, because you will go over my out time.
Sorry, really quickly, right? I was shopping the other day, it was about 6 months ago, this is no word of a lie, in Sainsbury's, and I was wondering...
Warren, seriously, were you in Sainsbury's?
Well, yeah.
Are you lying?
No, I'm serious.
Unbelievable, you were actually in Sainsbury's?
I was inside it.
This is amazing. Okay, carry on.
I was in the Sainsbury's.
Brian Ferry, says Elaine. Carry on.
And everyone was getting on my nerves. This trolley was in the way, and there was... I parked my trolley there, next to what I wanted, and I was looking at the veg, and this old biddy, this old hag came up, moved my trolley, and started cutting and moaning at me.
Yeah.
And really having a go and going... And she pushed this trolley, flying down the aisle, and I turned round and I went, thanks a lot. Thanks a bloody lot.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm swearing. I shouldn't swear. Dump it. And she started tutting and moaning and slagging me off and everything.
Yeah.
And I thought, you silly old cow. And she was about 90. I should have felt sorry for her. And then all of a sudden, I saw this woman that I knew. I knew this woman, another woman, and I knew, and I went, hello there, Sue, how you doing? She went, I'm fine, and I said, she said, how are you? I said, I'm really fed up, because there's this, you see her over there? She just pushed my trolley, tutted at me, called me names, and
I know where this is going, go on.
You don't?
I do.
She said, oh, really? Why? What did she... I said, well, I was looking at something. She bloody pushed my trolley halfway up the aisle. I said, it's a stupid old cow. She went, that's my mother.
Yeah, no, yes, I know.
No, she did. I cried.
Yeah.
I said, well,
You've got 6 seconds to finish this story.
I was speechless.
There we go. 0870 9090 973.
The 3 hour 4 till 7 Iain Lee Afternoon Wireless Show.
Okay, listen, it's coming up after the news at 6:30. We're playing Triple M, Mixed Mental Mayhem. We will be taking your calls directly to air. There is a 7-second delay, so there's no point in trying to swear, because it won't go on the radio. We'll dump you. And as well as dumping you, we will blacklist you from calling any LBC show. So don't do it, okay? So your calls will go directly to air. The phone number is 0870 9090 973. We'll play Triple M after the news.